Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, Divine, Sovereign, Earth Angelics of the 144. In the last 24 hours we had a galactic portal of 1313 appear on the Schumann charts and 22.2 hours of blackout for the 222 portal opening and the final preparations for the coming celestial alignments. This is connected to the 22-22-22 portal and full Hieros Gamos activations within every living heart. We had a great pause for a moment of rejuvenation before the next phase of the full moon and equinox to assist to propel us into the next phase of the ascension process through the resurrection of our diamond light bodies of eternal life. We are in the quickening of the hour as we pass through the eye of the needle and over every threshold into the new heavens upon the new earth. We transmit the hope of a better future for all and hold the vision of peace, abundance, happiness, and prosperity for all of humanity. This is the greatest collective quantum awakening ever to be experienced by any beings in all realms, dimensions, and timelines, which will affect in a positive way all space-time continuums in all the infinite multiverses. The infinite Buddhas of all timelines are with us now for the enlightenment of all sentient beings of pure light. Aho! Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul White Gold Eagle from PrimeDisclosure.com. 144 coming in. We have many powerful transmissions for you today from our sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to stick around to the very end. And let us know in the comments below what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what you're witnessing in these powerful times. And please do us a favor and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. With these massive energies coming in, we had many activations all over Pachamama with 128 M1.5 or greater earthquakes. The most powerful today again in the sacred portal of Okinawa, Japan, 5.6. Earlier today, Chile, South America, Andes Mountains, Kundalini, Pachamama, 4.1. Japan, 4.3. Kermadec Islands, 4.2. Puerto Rico, 3.4. Another powerful 5.1 in Okinawa, Japan, on the Ring of Fire. Mid-Atlantic Ridge, we had a 4.7 right on the Tropic of Cancer, followed by a 4.5 in the same portal, Council of 9 coming in. Ecuador, South America, also Andes Mountains, 4.2. Another activation, Northern Mid-Atlantic Ridge, 4.7. Puerto Rico, 3.1. Japan, 4.7. Argentina, South America, just south of the Tropic of Capricorn, we had a 4.4, Divine 44. Then the most powerful in Okinawa, Japan, with the 5.6 at 11:33 UTC, 11, the 11 of the base, the gateway, and the 33 of the apex Divine Mastery. This was followed by a 4.6 Japan, then a 5.2 Kashmir, India, 5.3 Chalice, Idaho, United States, 3.1, and then another 3.144 portal, Solomon Islands, the Sun and the Moon, 4.913 Divine Goddess, and the crown of Lemuria, Rat Islands, Aleutian Islands, with a 3.737 into 73, Heaven on Earth. South of Tonga, we had a powerful 5.1, Clayton, New Mexico, 3.8, Healy, Alaska, 3.1, Indonesia, 4.6, Sandpoint, Alaska, 3.9, then in the sacred portal, Ascension Island with these ascension energies, 5.5 magnitude, very powerful. This is fifth dimensional energy as we ascend to the new earth. The grid again today totally lit up and activated, preparing humanity for this quantum leap of consciousness into Homo Luminous, beings of eternal light. Let us continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now, the moon is at 24 degrees Virgo. The sun is at 27 degrees, 24 minutes Pisces. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 28 degrees Pisces. A fertile garden under the full moon, preparing us for this powerful full moon in Virgo tomorrow. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 25 degrees Virgo. A flag at half-mast in front of a public building, from astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you today from the Animal Spirits Knowledge cards from Susan Boulay. And the card she pulled for you today, one of our favorite totems, the Kingfisher. Symbology, peace, abundance, love. The Kingfisher is named for both its dark crest, which suggests royalty, and its skills in hunting fish. Unlike other birds, the female of the species is more colorful than the male. In Greek mythology, the bird is reincarnation of Halcyon and her husband Sakes. Halcyone threw herself into the sea after discovering the drowned body of Sakes. Her devotion impressed the gods, who then transformed the couple into two kingfishers. In further tribute, the gods also made the seas calm and the weather fair for the 7 days, both preceding and following the shortest day of the year. The so-called Halcyon days, the female bird's colorful appearance is thought to reflect Halcyone's unmatched love for her husband. The kingfisher is commonly associated with peace and the promise of good fortune. In the painting, Jupiter, the planet of abundance, appears as a reminder of that promise. 555 flowing in. We continue now with the commemoration of divine author of the light, Lao Tzu, the sacred scribe of the Taoist Tao Te Ching. This is from Purple Cloud Institute. Supreme Sovereign Lao Tzu. Today the world celebrates the divine birthday of Lao Tzu, our Supreme Sovereign Lao, which marks the 15th day of the second lunar month. In veneration of Lao Tzu, this post shares the scripture of clarity and stillness, translated by Loan Tran from Feather Beings and Purple Cloud Press. The scripture of constant clarity and stillness, spoken by Supreme Sovereign Lao. Sovereign Lao states, the great Tao is without shape. It gives birth to and fosters heaven and earth. The great Tao is without sentiments. It moves the cycles of the sun and the moon. The great Tao is without name. It grows and nurtures the 10,000 things. I do not know its name. Compelled to name it, I call it the Tao. This Tao contains clarity and turbidity, movement and stillness. Heaven is clear. Earth is turbid. Heaven is movement, earth is stillness. The masculine is clear, the feminine is turbid. The masculine is movement, the feminine is stillness. It descends from the root, flows to the end, and gives birth to the 10,000 things. Clarity is the source of turbidity. Movement is the foundation of stillness. If one is able to be constantly clear and still, all of the powers of heaven and earth will completely return to one. The human spirit is inclined to clarity, yet the heart-mind disturbs it. The human heart-mind is inclined to stillness, yet desires lead it astray. If one is able constantly to dispel one's desires, then the heart-mind becomes still by itself. If one settles the heart-mind, then the spirit becomes clear by itself. Naturally, the 6 desires do not arise, and the 3 poisons perish. Therefore, if one is unable to do this, it is because the heart-mind has yet to be settled, and desires have yet to be dispelled. The ones who are able to dispel them inwardly observe their heart-mind, and the heart-mind is not their heart-mind. Outwardly observe their form, and the form is not their form. Distantly observe phenomena, and phenomena are not phenomena. When these 3 observations have been realized, all that appears is within emptiness. One observes emptiness as also empty, and emptiness is not that which is empty. Since that which is empty is non-being, the non-existence of non-being is also non-existence. Since the non-existence of non-being is already non-existent, there is transparent constancy and serenity. When silence is without that which is silent, how could desires arise? Since desires do not arise, there is true stillness. True constancy resonates with phenomena. True constancy attains inner nature, constantly resonating and constantly still. This is constant clarity and stillness. In such clarity and stillness, one gradually enters the true Tao. Entering the true Tao is called attaining the Tao. Although it is called attaining the Tao, in reality there is nothing which has been attained. In order to transform all living beings, it is called attaining the Tao. Those who are able to awaken to it may transmit the sacred Tao. Sovereign Lao states, "The high adept does not contend. The lower adept is inclined to contend. The higher virtue is not virtuous. The lesser virtue holds on to virtue. Those who have attachments cannot be said to be within the Tao and virtue. Therefore not all living beings attain the true Tao, for they have delusional heart minds. If one has a delusional heart mind, it startles one's spirit. Since it startles one's spirit, one is then affected by the 10,000 things. Since one is affected by the 10,000 things, one then generates greed and cravings. Since one generates greed and cravings, one is afflicted by vexations. Vexations and delusional thinking are disturbing and create suffering for the body and heart-mind. Thereafter one meets with turbidity and disgrace, floating and drifting through birth and death. One constantly sinks into the sea of suffering, perpetually lost to the true Tao. The Tao of true constancy is naturally attained by those who awaken. Those who attain the awakening to the Tao are constantly in clarity and stillness." From the 49 Barriers of Cultivating the Tao by Purple Cloud Press, from featherbeings.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Amanda Lawrence, regards recent written posts about the incoming energies that commenced the 14th of March. As suspected, a shift took place for everyone. One more step forward was gifted to all. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Solaris K. Ra, I see and love you all. Huge timeline shifts are happening now. The energy has been insane this last few days, but the last few months have been next level. I have felt the need to give to self more than ever and listen to what my body needs. Physical issues arising which put me out of my comfort zone and made me be still whether I wanted to or not. We are currently being routed into highest timeline placements, a frequency match for the next cycle of our human evolution. Which path have you chosen? What do we consent to being in our life? Massive decisions for many regarding how we earn a living in these times. Big changes. Am I in true alignment with what my soul is calling for? Am I truly happy? Determining which corridor we go through and which timeline we align with moving forward. There is no better position than to be aware that this is happening and to be able to consciously participate with it by intending to move into the most positive and highest expression for yourself and others. Navigating the triggers and what is brought up for you to process. As the bifurcation of us individually and collectively intensifies, many things will be exposed that offer a new opportunity to assess what we are in consent with, what we are allowing to happen in our lives. It is time to honestly assess what we are aligned with and whether or not we are participating with any individuals, group consciousness, or energetic forces that are no longer on your frequency, and begin to reconcile these differences with forgiveness and grace. Over the coming months, walls will be coming down that have kept the right hand from seeing what the left hand is doing. Stay in your truth. There will likely be revelations that will make many people uncomfortable, as they no longer will be able to deny a painful truth now in full view. If someone is faced with new information which allows them to see that they had been participating in something destructive to humanity without their knowledge, what new choice do they make? Do they make a justification for going along with it for personal gain, moving from unconscious consent into conscious consent? Are they so confused by the media psyops interfering with people's discernment that they cannot accurately assess what they are in consent with? Over the next few months, it is very important to understand that planet Earth and her inhabitants are moving through a very turbulent time of collective consciousness transformation. We're undergoing another stage of core magnetic field shifting. This radically elevates the magnetic tone resonance that emanates from the inner core of the planet. How our magnetic field resonates connects with our brain's neural network and stations of consciousness. We are antennas for the divine if you shall choose. The 3D personality will lose coherence in its linear logical processing. Therefore, humanity is confronted with the necessity of adapting to the major changes occurring in their world, the modification of how they think and what they believe to be true. The hive mind is changing in relation to radical magnetic anomalies generated from quantum shifts in the spinning rotational axis, which is impacting our brain, thinking, and neurological processing. Magnetic shifts give rise to the sensations of magnetic compression and compaction in matter that they are very uncomfortable on the physical body, can cause extreme tiredness, pains, anxiety, and feelings of being ungrounded. In order to effectively take back control over our own body, mind, and spiritual consciousness, we will explore the meaning of consent and the types of consent that are common in human language, as well as how consent is manufactured through deceptive forms of mass manipulation. Consent has direct applicability to the power of universal laws, and it is cleverly mimicked when used in legal contexts or in the shaping of cultural influences, which often differ greatly to obscure the everyday meaning. We need to remember that we are sovereign, divine beings and reclaim our spiritual sovereignty. We can heal from anything. We are so supported at this time. Have no fear. We are God, sovereign, free, and remember that we have the power and are truly limitless eternal beings. We need to be very aware of the approaches being used to manipulate the masses, the DNA manipulation and control mechanisms being used, the methods used in the media-based psychological operations, PSYOPs, and the related propaganda that is used to get the uninformed public to support ideas and agendas that explicitly benefit the controllers. It is all connected. Awareness is key. In solar unity and love, may we all be eternally free. Solaris Kera Sha, collective consciousness, from solariskera.com. And from Divine Brother of the late Juan Jose Vallejo Tivicos, March 17, 2022. This sacred planet was created during a long, complex process of formation to harbor the spiritual life of the souls of intelligent human beings and the diversity of life of Mother Nature. The greatest faculty given to humans is to love unconditionally, and the multidimensional intelligence to master universal energies, to co-create reality for natural evolution, and to teleport global consciousness throughout the cosmos. The sacred planet is not a property toy in the hands of immature, spoiled children who are so unfortunate to love money more than their own spiritual mother or other co-natural human beings. Blinded, clouded, shadowed minds need to unlearn to love the unnatural dependence to rate sacred life and start respecting and appreciating the universal faculties of multidimensional, sovereign, intelligent humanity. And from Divine Sister of the Light Ramona Lapin, the purification of the One. All the shards of the diamond that make up the One are fusing back together. As this happens, it feels like the one consciousness fragments into thousands of pieces, as well as merging and fusing back into the One. Some of us are active and conscious surrogates to this rebirthing of the one consciousness. As we alchemize the fires of this final purification, we turn our pain into compassion, wisdom, and love, even if it can feel at times that we are being torn apart and then melding back together. We feel all as in totality to become one with it. That's how all is purified through us. We have trained many lifetimes for this final release of the collective shadows, pain, and suffering, to transcend the madness of the final days, to lead all safely through the apocalypse, the final unveiling. The deepest madness, inversions, and fragmentations are observed and felt, as well as the deepest, purest love and reverence for all of creation. All is being purified, harmonized, balanced, and upgraded through us, often pushing us to our own personal limits and edges, as our hearts now open ever wider, so they can truly heal and ignite. One remembers themselves at deepest level as one with all of creation. All remaining spells are broken as all merges back into the One, healing all remaining fragmentation, yet even those shattered shards of diamonds, all but part of the illusion of this world. There's no beginning and no end to the consciousness that is us, that is one. There is no escape, no distancing, no running away from any of that which is what we have all co-created. Just feeling and observing the insanity in its totality and all its octaves, so one can transcend it, alchemize and reorganize that which is tumbled and fragmented, upside down and just inverted. Putting all the pieces back together is the only way to make us feel whole, as we keep breathing through the most testing of moments, as the one consciousness reconciles and corrects itself within the one, as one merges back into the oneness and purifies it all through one's own vessel, all remaining sense of separation fully lifts. The pain, wounds, and cuts start to fully heal. The pieces find their way back together because their need for wholeness is stronger than any split. So we just sit with it, while feeling one is at the verge of losing their own mind at any moment, yet we continue to breathe through it all, observing it, not trying to escape any of it, just sitting there in the fires of this ascension and its purification, healing the fragmentation within the one consciousness within and through the self, all from deep within, as we stand as the witness to the madness on the edge, about to fall, the fires consuming all remaining illusions, veils, attachments, delusions, fears, false projections, and all sense of separation. The curtains begin to fully lift for all, and all the shards that make up our hearts heal. Divine love, Ramona. From the spiritual library, in the middle of the fire, bodhisattvas practice in the middle of the fire. This means they enter into the suffering of the world. It also means they stay steady with the fire of their own painful emotions. They neither act them out nor repress them. They are willing to stay on the dot and explore an emotion's ungraspable qualities and fluid energies, and to let that experience link them to the pain and courage of others. From Becoming Bodhisattvas, a guidebook for compassionate action by Pema Chodron. From Divine Sister of the Life, Judith Kusel. We are the sum total of many lifetimes and multiple existences in many dimensions and life on different evolutionary scales. Therefore we are not truly what we live here on this planet, for we sink into a deep forgetfulness sleep, and then we often sleep our way through life, and believe the lies we are programmed to believe. Nowhere is this truer than in the spheres of love. Deep down there is this yearning to find someone who will love us just the way we are. The fantasies develop often around the concept of what life is reflecting back to us. It could be in the form of knights in shining armor who sweep us off our feet. It could be the eternal love stories of a Cleopatra and Antony. It could be the never-ending search for the realms of the gods and goddesses of love, whose never bliss becomes the essence of nirvana itself. What one really is searching for is whatever would fill us up from deep within, fill up the longing, the void. Only in essence we are never told the truth, yet if we truly seek and set out, the truth will find us in the end. For the old equation, as above is so below, is in essence one of the most vital keys to understanding. The deeper we delve into our inner realms and that of the eternal infiniteness, which is our own soul and soul group, and the infinite soul, the more we discover the infinite possibilities of love deep within us. Love is essentially a higher frequency band, and it reflects in the vortex energy, which the divine feminine brings in. It is the electromagnetic current which is the life force itself. It is no accident that the highest frequency energy places in the world and the pyramids all work with the same energy, for in essence it is the very same. The ancients have left clues all around us, and the clues are incorporated into the flower of life, as they are in the caduceus, as they are in the symbol of the tree of life. All show us the keys to finding the essence, the grail, the holy and sacred life force itself. Yet in order to find the grail, one first has to embark on a journey of discovery, and that journey of discovery is in essence the search for meaning. Yet love and meaning go hand in hand, and therefore the love energy, in essence, is what keeps us going, what keeps the flame of hope alive. And most importantly, in our darkest nights of the soul, it is love which leads us home. In his book, The Search for Meaning, Dr. Viktor Frankl tells of his experiences in one of the concentration camps of the Nazis, where they were stripped naked, all of their clothes stripped, all their belongings gone. In this he asks himself what made human beings survive the extremes of gas chambers or being stripped naked to the very core of all your humanness, and then be able to still survive. He found that those who survived had a cause, a higher meaning, a higher reason to live, for they had something greater than the sum total of themselves to hang on to, and a vision or quest greater than the sum total of themselves. I remember reading this some years ago and then asking myself, what gave my life this meaning, this vision, this question, greater than the sum total of myself? That in itself has become my journey of discovery in these last few years, and this the higher meaning of life itself. For the true higher meaning, the true love, the true inner quest starts from deep within. It cannot start from without, for other people will always have their own agendas and their ideas about whom and what you should be. Sometimes when we love someone, we give up parts of ourselves in order to please the person one loves. I've heard so many stories in my life of people who gave up close friendships in order to totally become the life of the other. One day when the partner walks out of their lives or dies, they have no life support left, meaning that circle of close friends and confidants had disappeared. That ability to live completedness within oneself had somehow gone. This by no way implies that one should not have a close bond or enjoy that, rather that one should never exclude all others in the inner search for meaning, because you started living a life to please another and lost yourself in the process. Essentially, love and all of the life is a vast energy field. It starts within our own hearts and our physical bodies, our souls, our emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. But most of all, it starts by connecting to that something greater than the sum total of ourselves from deep within. The tree of life, the source of all knowledge and wisdom, and the quest of the Grail, all live there, deep within. The vortex energy and its central keys and codes all lie encodified within us too. That is how we were created, for in essence we carry the seed of life, like the tree of life, deep within ourselves. Some people are always searching for someone to make them happy, or something to happen so that this will bring them happiness. They finally find that someone and find that it is not just smelling the roses, and often feeling of being let down, or their bubble bursting somewhere along the line comes to the fore. The same with things. When they finally live in our dream house, we find that the void deep inside us has not been filled. So we search for the next thing and the next to make us happy. The search for meaning is essentially something which starts with a very simple question, and that question is why? Why am I here, at this time and on this planet? What has my soul come in to do, be, and become? What is it that my soul has come to uniquely contribute to life on this planet? What gives meaning and purpose to my life? Your soul quest, your soul calling will always be greater than the sum total of yourself. It is like that invisible force that keeps your fires going when all the rest of the world are trying to extinguish it. It is like a frail mother suddenly finding the strength to lift a car off her child. In that moment, the life of the child becomes more important to her than anything else, and in that moment she taps into something deep inside of her, which is greater than the sum total of her own limited beliefs about herself and her own strength. When one has that inner quest, all else falls by the wayside, relationships, jobs, those things. One simply knows this is it. The knight goes on the search for the Grail. He leaves everything behind him and he journeys into the unknown, the uncharted, the dangers, the adventures, which will test his inner strength and resilience, which will put him through severe initiations and tests. Yet his quest, his searching for meaning, is what helps him to survive and to not give up until he finds the Grail, and then becomes the living Grail. There lies the crux. The journey, the quest, is but that which brings us to finding that inner vortex energy, that higher state of being, of existence, of flow, and then become at one with it. This is what lifts us into the higher states of consciousness, into the state to be able to experience miracles happening. This is the state where one can operate on a multidimensional level and where the mundane becomes the magical, the enchanting, and the extraordinary. The sorcerer's apprentice was in essence the apprenticeship into the quest, the grail, the alchemy of the tree of life itself, the flower of life, and then to become this. There lie the keys and codes. It is only becoming the quest that the quest becomes us. And we are what we are searching for all along, because when we live in the higher meaning and purpose, we are what gives meaning and purpose to all other life and life forms. This is the central key. From JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Karen Lithica. Soul Team Awakening. Know a collective group of beings sit before you, high in the multidimensional planes, connected to your light mission, your light journey. There could be hundreds to thousands as they collectively unite in a light frequency to reach your multidimensional heart, aligning to your vibrational essence of light. Feel their communication as their vibrational light ripples reach you, a thought or symbol, as they guide and share, assist, and support your journey. See yourself as the navigator in this light mission, as we are all interconnected, part of the collective existence of this microcosm. Your contribution is greatly appreciated as we join to assist Gaia and every being. Blessings and love, family. Love equal unity. The Arcturians and Karen from KarenLithica.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, 144 God Code. This full moon is helping you to have final endings with soul-bound karmic relationships. The seed point is healing, and you no longer need to repeat another lifetime of lessons with those people. Successfully, your choice is to heal yourself, and put yourself first is bringing rewards of beautiful soulmate relationships and holy grail union. The New Year cycle is bringing in the right people that want to grow with you. The lesson here is to put yourself first. The childhood core wounds and relationship abuse you experienced created the paradigm of putting others first to avoid punishment. Through healing and knowledge, this has been transmuted, especially from the heart and emotions. Your warrior spirit has risen from within, putting an end to sacrificing for others. Any dictatorship that wants to control, that suppresses or punish you for choosing you, is receiving karma for their actions. This is happening because of your choices and actions to be free. Continue with this choice, even if you don't see or understand the final outcome yet. The more you keep connecting with yourself and our Father, the faster your life will flip into the new cycle. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. God bless you, Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Mercury in Pisces sextile Uranus in Taurus. Sun in Pisces semi-square Uranus in Taurus. Take advantage of books, internet searches, and podcasts to form new mental connections and discover new perspectives. The mind is enlivened by the idea of change. Brilliant thoughts ripple up, surfacing in a pop of excitement. I could do this, I could do that. It's also interesting, innovative, sparkly. But there's also a curious unease as the heart wonders, is this really me? We're searching for a little self-belief and sometimes coming up short. It's natural to be nervous when we take ourselves into a novel situation. Trust that your light can illuminate the dark corners of the unknown. Trust that you can change. Trust that what is different, unpredictable, and seemingly hazardous will soon flow with ease, just as the river runs across rocks to the sea. Familiarity comes with time. Brainstorm with friends. Seek support from the group. Note down inspiration on paper for a later look. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from the Zolkeen Times, Keen 198, White Electric Mirror. Electric is the name for the number 3, and its keywords are activate, service, and bond. This is the third day of the Yellow Warrior wave spell, and now we activate the quest. Fasten your seatbelt, folks. The energy of the number 3 is never relaxing and can even cause chaos. Try to get through the day without getting a shock. Today is White Mirror, which represents order, reflect, and endlessness. The mirror invites you to take a closer look at yourself. What do you see? Do you see the truth, or do you see your own warped version of the truth? You should see your potential staring back at you, and if you don't, look again. Today we activate the truth. This comes in very handy for the Yellow Warrior wave spell, as a mission has much more chance of success if the truth is known. Otherwise, you'll head in the wrong direction. Gathering intelligence is what it's all about. You need to know precisely where you stand, and so don't be afraid of asking questions and activating truth in your life. One cannot proceed otherwise. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio. White Electric Mirror 3, 8th Knob, Keen 198, 17th of March 2022, activating Divine Service. 17-3-2022 equal 836 equal 89 equal 17 equal 8 1717 Immortality Portal 88 Abundance Portal. Day code 17 Immortality Legacy 8 Infinite Abundant Source Flow. Month year codes 369 Nikola Tesla Code. 3 Holy Trinity Joy, Happiness, Creativity, Communication. 6 Heaven, Christ, Family, Romance, Fertility. 9 Completion, Destiny, Service, Humanity, Grace. 20 The Awakening, Clear Vision. 22 Architect of Peace, Master Builder. Keen 198 equal 18 equal 9. Destiny, Service, Divine, Humanity. A very explosive and powerfully reflective day today. Pure Tesla power. The mirror represents a portal or doorway into other realms, so be very conscious of where your focus is drawn. Choose to positively direct this powerful energy. Good luck. Day 3 in the Yellow Warrior wave spell of fearlessly questioning everything in our path with a profound intelligence, disabling the old paradigm and fully focused on forging a new path to a brave new world. Today we are focused on activating our mission, directly taking responsibility for actioning our dreams through being a vessel for spirit. Tone of creation. Electric is tone number 3 in the tone of creation. It is the first of 3 emotional realm tones. Its focus is on activating and being of service to others through the action of bonding, that is, coming together with others to co-create and be of service. Electric energy provides the ignition or spark for your manifestation. It is a current that needs to keep moving and flowing, transmitting energy. It also adds power to anything you are creating today, an extra electrical boost to draw upon. The power of 3 is derived from 2 units merging and creating the third, more powerful entity. This action duplicates the essence of bonding and service that the electric tone provides. Thus today we may experience close bonding and divine destined relationships with our kin in order to step into our new communities and greater destiny. A strong electrical charge exists between monadic souls, so coupled with today's code, this makes for a very electrifying experience. Expect sparks to fly. The electric tone is doubled with the annual code of the electric seed, so today we have another date with destiny. Spirit is strongly guiding us to join with our tribes and get cracking. The mirror reflects, and the electric mirror reflects highly charged emotional triggers. Do not waste this potent manifestation energy on emotional dramas, illusions, or shadow games today. Use this power wisely and instead direct it into creative pursuits to kickstart your divine mission with a bang. So, beloveds, another very divine and extremely powerful day gifted to humanity to rocket fuel our desires and our divine missions. Today's question is, how can I bond in service to activate the true path of my divine mission today? Divine blessings for a super electrical boost charging your quest today. In la ketch a la keen, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 198, White Electric Mirror. The mantra, the code for today is, I activate in order to reflect. Bonding order. I seal the matrix of endlessness. With the electric tone of service, I am guided by the power of spirit. And on this powerful day of activations and transformations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. So if you'd like to help us continue bringing these free transmissions to the world every day, you can make a monthly pledge on Patreon at our link at whitegoldeagle.com. Now I'd like to thank Divine Angel of the Light, Lara, for your donation, another donation. Thank you very much, Divine Sister. And I'd like to also thank Divine Sister of the Light, Marianne Magady, for another donation. Thank you very much, Divine Sisters of the Light. We appreciate both of you and your continued support, and we appreciate all of you that continue to support us in our work and mission. If you'd like to make a one-time donation, you could do so to our PayPal link at eaglelovecondor.com. Now, I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condor's artwork on Etsy. You could purchase her beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, healing jewelry, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. She has a 30% off of all her handmade works of art until March 23rd for this equinox season, so be sure to take advantage of that. Now we're going to complete the transmissions today with Sacred Code from the Tzolk'in, shared by Divine Brother of the Light, Ed Torreta. I am the Yogin, coded by the white mirror. 18 is my number, living in a state of eternal meditation, beyond word, thought, and action, sitting in my inner cave. I am the reflection of an endless dream. I keep the key to the mirror universes, from the cosmic universe that mirrors everything. I am the meditation of the ecstasy of emptiness. The wall of my cave is my view of the universe. Supreme in my yoga powers, I am the example of self-transcendence for the noosphere. Cause is the forerunner of evolution, surrounded by rainbow aura, product of my inner self-transmutation, manifesting signs of paranormal powers. I am the only one who can clear the path for all beings. An orb to my right hand ignites its own light, the result of pre-existing luminosity. Above my head appears the primordial self-perfection mandala, a sign that we can all reach the path of infinite light. To know me is to know. May solitary practice bring knowledge and wisdom. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you out there that celebrate this day, and may the luck of the Irish be with you today and all days. Have a most beautiful, blessed, and auspicious full moon tomorrow in Virgo, the worm moon, as La Luna transmits her highest love, her highest light, her highest truth to all of humanity and all living beings upon Mother Gaia. Keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step, and keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.